Hey, it's PhilosopherKing. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. And my opponent this time for this Advanced OU battle is Kael, who you've seen on this channel before, and probably other narrating channels. Palace! Anywho, yeah, just a heads up, this battle is a bit laggy. I've been experiencing some technical issues. College internet has not been friendly to me thus far, and I'm hoping to get around that. But the content is pretty good, so I hope that makes up for it. And here we go. So, I get T-Tar facing down Celebi. Choice Band T-Tar loves Celebi's. HP Bug will do a ton, if not kill it. And the Celebi leading is probably a baton pass variant. You rarely see Celebi lead for any other reason. But I haven't seen the moveset yet, so we'll have to wait and see. My HP Bug comes in contact with a Coon, and it does a pretty good amount. So either the Coon is offensive, or Choice Band T-Tar is just a beast. Either way, I go to my Gyarados. He uses Hydro Pump, so that lets me know it's pretty much offensive oriented. Hydro Pump is just that move that is seen on offensive Coons more often than not. And if it's HP Electric, I'm in deep trouble. Either way, my team doesn't handle it very well. Offensive Coon, HP Electric, so it doesn't really matter if I switch out or not. My team's in big trouble, so I'm just going to stay in here and assume it's not. Hope that works out. But I'm either going to go for Roar, Scout of his team, or HP Fly to do damage. And I go for HP Fly. And he switches to Celebi of all things. I guess the only reason he would do that is if he thought I was going to switch out in fear of an HP Electric Coon. But I don't do that. I stay in. He stays in for Psychic for some reason, and I take it out for HP Fly. Not sure why he did that. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. It's just really strange shit for me, from my perspective. But yeah, early lead 6-5, and he gains momentum. Tries to get momentum with Raikou, which is a pretty good Gyarados answer. And I have a Dougie, so hopefully he doesn't go to Porygon 2 or does something weird like that. But he goes for a Reflect, which is really strange. I don't know how this is going to work. Yeah, so I just go for Earthquake, because I don't really know what's going on. And does 65%, he goes for Calm Mind. I'm surprised he doesn't try to do more damage to the Dugtrio. I guess he thought I'd switch out, but I'm stubborn and I go for Earthquake and take it out. So yeah, 6-4 game. Answers with Gengar, which is pretty good because I'm locked into Earthquake. So I'm going to be forced to switch here, and he's going to get a free attack in. So let's see what he wants to do. He's kind of had a bad start. He lost Celebi, and he lost Modest Raikou. So he really needs to get back into this game. He's been a big hole from the start. And hiding behind a sub is a pretty good way to deal with, to gain momentum back. So yeah, I answer with my Celebi, and if I'm going to break the sub, I'm going to have to take damage in the process. Ice Punch will probably do around 35 to 40%, unless it's a more offensive Gengar, in which case it'll probably do 45 to 50. In either case, I'm going to take damage, and for whatever reason, it's taking him a long time to decide what he wants to do. I mean, he's behind a sub, so switching doesn't seem like an option. So attack, you get a free attack without taking damage. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. Even if it's not Ice Punch, you still do damage. So I don't know what's taking so long. Maybe he has to go to the bathroom. Maybe he wants to get something to eat. Maybe someone's at his door. Maybe there's a bear in his house and it's attacking him. I don't know. But I'm just being forced to wait here. For once, I'm the one waiting and someone else is not waiting for me. So my internet's working pretty good thus far in the game. But I guess we'll go over logistics since we're waiting. So, what moves could he possibly have on this Gengar? He has sub. That's all I've seen. So he probably has Thunderbolt. I mean, almost all Gengar have Thunderbolt, so I'm just going to assume it has Thunderbolt. So what is the other moves going to be? You could have Sludge Bomb, but that's rare. Ice Punch is more probable since it goes great with Thunderbolt. Focus Punch is also a possibility. So I'm guessing Thunderbolt, Ice Punch, Sub, Focus Punch. Although Explosion's another real thing, possibility. So yeah, I'll have to keep my eye out for that. It shows me Ice Punch, so it's definitely Sub and Ice Punch. That much I know. And he gets a Lucky Freeze, which is going to force me to switch out. And I'm going to have to switch out into something that may have to take a Focus Punch. I don't want to send out Gyarados, who would resist Focus Punch, because it might have Thunderbolt. Kitar doesn't like Focus Punch. I sent out Magneton because that's probably the best thing I could fodder off. Now, I'm really tempted to go for Substitute here, fearing a Dugtrio. But I go for Thunderbolt because I'm greedy. I want to break that sub as fast as possible. And I pay for it. Dougie comes out, Magneton shaking his boots, and he's going to have to die now. So bye, Magneton. So we're at a 5-4 game. So he picked up momentum. That Gengar really helped. So locked into Earthquake, presumably. I'm going to have to decide how I want to answer. I can go for Gyarados. I can go for Celebi. I could... yeah, those two are probably my best options. And so I go to Celebi. And I'm at half health, so I'm going to take this opportunity to recover. He'll get a free switch into whatever he wants, but... yeah, that's not something I would have switched, brought in to switch into the Celebi. If I had gone for Psychic there, that Gengar would have been dead. Although, he probably would have revenge killed for the Dougie, so we would have traded, but this Gengar seems valuable to him at this point, so I don't know if that was a good thing. I would have sent in the offensive Coon, but I haven't exactly shown him anything but Psychic and Calm Mind, so maybe he's afraid I have a grass type move. In any event, I go for Calm Mind. I'm afraid the Dugtrio might come in, and he shows me Jirachi, and that's a pretty good Celebi answer. I really can't really damage it at all. Can't really not really damage it. That's redundant. Anywho, language aside, I could go for Leech Seed here and force him out and continue to set up, because let's see, what does he have really to handle my Celebi? He has Gengar, which is not reliable at all. Dugtrio, can't come in fear of Psychic instantly killing it. He has Coon, which is pretty good, but it doesn't have a lot of bulk, so unless it's setting up as I come in with the Celebi, it's going to take a ton from Psychic. And Jirachi. So Jirachi is probably his best bet against his Celebi. So let's see what he wants to do here. I'm taking an awfully long time to decide. I'm pretty sure I decided what I want to do, and that's probably a Leech Seed. But internet's not cooperating with me. I should probably fix that somehow. Trying to figure out how. But anyway, I'm not going to give this Jirachi the opportunity to set up alongside me or do much with Fire Punch or Ice Punch, whatever it wants to use. So I just go for Leech Seed. He goes for Wish. So let's see what he wants to pass it to. Whatever he passes to is going to take a ton no matter what. Unless he's just going to use it on himself. In which case, yeah, that probably would have been the best thing, but he brings in his Coon, and I take the opportunity to Calm Mind instead of using Psychic. So I'm at +2 right now. I don't think the Coon can set up against me right now without taking damage, because if it's an offensive Coon, it doesn't have any healing moves. I believe he's relying on the Jirachi using Wish to heal off his Coon, but that's not happening. So I use Psychic. His Ice Beam only does 18%. My Psychic does almost, actually it does more than half. So yeah, I assume he's switching out here to go back to his Jirachi. So I just use Leech Seed. But he uses Ice Beam again, staying in. So he's being a little stubborn. But now he's probably going to switch in, and I just take the opportunity to recover. So yeah, once again, this Jirachi's facing me. I'm pretty sure he wants to stay in here. He really has no other option against this Celebi. It's becoming a real problem for him. So yeah, he Calm Minds up. It's might turn into the Calm Mind game once again. I really hope that doesn't happen, but it's happening. Leech Seed is gonna be a problem for him though. I have 2 ways to recover. He only has 1, and we have about the same PP in terms of Psychic and Calm Minds. So worst comes to worst, I could probably get away with this. I believe I'm statistically favored to win this matchup if it comes to that. Although the problem is though, if I let him set up, which I'm doing now, we're pretty much at the point of no return, he can get a crit, and that would really suck, especially if the Jirachi, especially if the Jirachi is at a level of health that my Dougie can't come in and revenge kill it. So the object of this, I guess, Calm Mind game from my perspective is to just keep using Psychic, get to +6 first, but keep using Psychic and hope for a crit. If not a crit, then just get him to a level in which if he gets a crit, then I can bring my Doug Trio in and safely revenge kill him. So that's the game plan. And right now, Kael is thinking about his own game plan, apparently. He's pondering. He's thinking about the mysteries of the universe. I don't know. Callus is harassing us, calling us slowpokes, calling us names. Really doesn't have much of a life. But, it is what it is. I don't turn the spectators' claws on. I like everyone watching me because I'm self-absorbed like that. And Kael's really thinking about things. I don't know if I said that already. I probably did. Yep, I did. He's really thinking. I've gone over the logistics of this fight right now. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, finally we get some moves. We get Calm Mind and Calm Mind. What a surprise. I go for Psychic. I'm putting pressure on him to use Wish more often. Leech Seed plus Psychic is going to make him do that. And especially if I get a Specs drop with the Psychic, that would be nice. That would really force him to keep using Wish. But yeah, he gets the Wish off, he heals, goes for Calm Mind, go for Psychic again. Not only is 8%, but Leech Seed is kind of helping to do a little more damage. At this point, I believe I really had to go to the bathroom. Like, I was dying, and I really didn't like the Calm Mind war that was going on, because those tend to take a little while, and I really had to go to the bathroom. So I'm really tempted to send in my Dougie on an anticipated Wish when the Jirachi is at a low enough health, and just to wipe it out. Just take a little bit more risk than I'm comfortable taking, just because I have to go to the bathroom, or I had to go to the bathroom. And yep, Kael's making this really hard on me. I don't know if he's a mind reader, and he knew my bladder was full, but he took a really long time, and I'm like, damn it, hurry up. So I just use Psychic again. You know the deal, what I'm trying to do. I've explained it at least 2 or 3 times. Calm Mind, he Calm Minds up again, so he must be at +6 at this point. So yeah, he's at 73%. That is within range for my Dougie to come in. I go for Psychic, and and he paralyzes me with Thunderbolt, which is pretty annoying, but he's in kill range for sure, and he's probably not gonna use Psychic against me. He's probably gonna use Wish like he's done when he gets this level of health. So I'm gonna take the risk, and I'm gonna bring Dougie in, and we're gonna end this. Yep, he goes for Wish, so I mean that Wish is gonna be passed to someone he sends in next turn, but I really want to end this right now. So I use Earthquake, and finally, which that little matchup, which seemed like it took forever, is now over. So 5-3 game, if everyone forgot. The first two pokes went down relatively quick, but that took a little while. So yeah, let's see what he wants to do here. If I were him, I'd answer with Gengar. And he does just that. He answers with Gengar. So I'm going to force a switch in here. He's going to probably either use Ice Punch on my Celebi, or he's going to go behind a sub. So, yep, that's the game plan. Go to Celebi. And we'll be in that situation once again where I'll be facing a sub, and I'm going to have to break it in exchange for taking damage. All I've seen so far is Sub and Ice Punch. I really don't know what the other two moves are. So he's doing a good job hiding that. He goes for Ice Punch, and I break the Sub with Psychic. And that couldn't have gone wrong unless he got another freeze or a crit. So I'm really tempted to go for Recover here just to be super safe against the Dougie, but I decided to be gung-ho about it, and I go for Psychic. So yeah, if this is a jolly Dougie, he's pushing his limit in terms of like how much whether or not this will kill the Celebi. So I just go for Recover here, but he does kill it. I do believe Kael, though, uses Adamant Dougie more often than Jolly, so it may not have mattered. In either case, I gotta figure out how I want to answer this Gengar now. I suppose T-Tar's at a level of health where the Gengar is not really much of a threat. Even if it has Will-O-Wisp, it would do more than enough damage with Choice Band against it. And so, I got a bit of a reserve in that regard, a plan B against the Gengar in that regard. But I go for Dragon Dance with my Gyarados, knowing he'll be forced to switch out from the Dougie. He answers with Coon. Coon, if it hasn't used HP Electric yet, or he's been hiding it for some reason, he's not going to be able to use it. He probably didn't have it, otherwise he would have stayed in and used it earlier. So I was comfortable staying in here. I go for HP Fly. Now, I'm really tempted to switch out here, but I've EV'd this Gyarados to beat most Gengars. So unless the Gengar has max speed investment or something like that, I should win. But looks like it does, because Thunderbolt kills my Gyarados. So yeah, that didn't go according to plan. I was just planning to sweep his team. But I guess I'm going to have to do things the old-fashioned way, just brute force some Choice Band T-Tar. Dugtrio is not going to live from Rock Slide. No way. So the best bet is probably just to use Sub and hope I miss, and then try to attack me from there. So we'll see. We'll see what he wants to do. That's probably his best bet. Hope I miss with Rock Slide early on and just do a lot of damage against the T-Tar. There's really no way around it. He goes for Sub. My Rock Slide breaks it. Let's see what he wants to do here. Goes for Sub again. I break it. Accuracy is in my favor today. And he's probably not going to go for it again. And he explodes, so that's another move I haven't seen yet. Doesn't do a lot though, and the Dougie will be able to kill the T-Tar, but I do have Melodic, and that should be able to wrap up the match. So, yeah. Now we're just going through the motions at this point, waiting for my internet to cooperate so I can knock out the Dougie. Oh, and if you didn't know, this was a rated battle, so it was a little bit more serious, but I mean, who pays attention to the ladder? Yep, surf, earthquake, boom, bada bing. 2-0, I win. I hope the lag didn't bother you too much. I apologize if it did, but the internet connection is so bad that I'm not able to connect to PO as often as I'd like, so I'm really scrambling for content. So I hope this video was not too painful, and I hope you enjoyed the battle. If not, you could rant about it in the comments. I'm a good sport, I can take it. I won't be pissed off at you. You can be pissed off at me, you know, because I'm that kind of guy. Anywho, rate, comment, subscribe, and what was I going to say? Oh yeah, see you next time.